And while I got you guys, let me just say this. You guys saw the new video. There's a new video out with our man. God Logic went to go and have a conversation with the coward, the absolute coward. What's his name? Zutman. And now Maliki, Dr. Malik, Matweek, Oink Oink is putting himself in it. Mr. Oink Oink is putting himself in it. He's putting himself there saying, you want to come to the West Coast? I mean, this has got to be the weakest gangster I have ever seen. Oink Oink has to be the weakest gangster. You have my feelings. I'm going to call the big 5-0. I'm going to call it 5-0. Guys, Maliki, Oink Oink, Tweaks is flexing biceps that he doesn't have, saying that God Logic, who my brother went to the lion's den and he stood up for himself and he's like, where the man at? Where the coward at? Because the man's been calling us out saying, come and let's have a debate. And guess what happens? I know, thank you, Chris. You asked for it, and I found funny, Chris. You asked for the vid for it, and I just went into TikTok, and that was the first one that came up. You notice that God Logic goes in there and he de-escalates a situation. He literally de-escalates a situation where these Muslims are trying to flex. Now, you know, it's like David and Goliath. These guys can only throw stones. You know, we bring in the big guns because we got the Bible with us. So we got the big guns. I mean, they got the Quran, which is like a pebble. You know, we got a mountain. They just a pebble. So my man God Logic, for those that haven't watched it, watch the video or watch the YouTube as well. I mean, Logic put it out there. And he absolutely, totally destroyed the aggression that these people came up with. All the aggression they came up with, man, he de-escalated it. So my man Chris Claus, who's about to pop up, is going to do a little debrief. Chris Claus, man, what's up?
Oh, man, I just watched that video. I think it's hilarious. I watched the one on Logic's first, but I wanted to hear Maloik's input as well, and I think that video is hilarious. Maloik, the big Paru gangster, right? He that big treetop Paru gangster. Yet every person he says that he sent towards God Logic is nothing but a bitch. They don't do nothing. They just sit there and they whine and cry like a little bitch. But that's all you can do, Malloy.
That's right, Malloy, oink, oink, Malloy, oink, oink. All you can do, man, is sit in the background and oink your way around. That's it. There's nothing else that you got that we can work with. All you do, Malloy, oink, oink. As I said before, you are the one-eyed Dajjal. I mean, your eyes are almost touching each other. They're holding hands. And let me say this. You are, if anyone shares this video with Malloy Oink, let me say this as clear as I can. You're not Dr. Malik. You're Dr. Malik. You are a failed rapper, a failed Muslim, a failed dawah dude. You failed as a son. You failed as a child. You failed in every relationship you've ever been in. You, sir, are an absolute failure, desperate for attention. And the only attention you can get is by going after other people from behind a computer screen. You are absolutely zero, nothing. You are a joke. You are barely making people interested in whatever you are bringing. This is why you can't rely on yourself to get views. You rely on others to give you views. So Maloink Oink, you know, I said to you the other day, cry me a river. I showed you clearly that you are worth zero, nothing. And we are doing this only for the fun of it. We're not doing this to get any views. We're doing this to show people how pathetic, how absolutely zero you truly are. I hope I'm as clear as day for you. Poor Bishop, my man. God bless you.
God bless you all. God bless you, brother Chris. I am out of the loop. Yeah, I'm a little out of the loop, so you guys gotta fill me a little bit more in.
Where do you want me to start?
wherever you feel comfortable. I'm completely out of the loop. But
So you know about Maloink being the fake gangster and everything, don't you?
yeah, of course.
Okay. So this all started out way back when Maloink got mad at the Warner. Do you remember when he had that live and he said the Warner wanted to take it in the butt, and he said that he smokes dope and all this stuff on the live? Do you remember that?
Oh, it's so funny.
Oh, wait. So you missed the starting of it. So Maloink, he come up here because Warner was on a call with Jake the Muslim metaphysician and called him a Yehudi, a Mossad agent. So Maloink got mad, went on TikTok, and started putting pictures of the Warner with a joint in his mouth, saying that he spends his money for dawa on weed, goes to the clubs. He said that he wanted to join the Illuminati, even if he had to take it in the butt one time. He would do it to join the Illuminati. He literally said wallahi after that one too. Literally said wallahi.
Wallahi,
And then,
wallahi, you said
and
it.
then, and that's not even the. And then he goes on that they were over in Bosnia, where Sneeko and Muhammad Hijab and the Muslim Lantern and all them were. He's like, they were smashing chicks left and right over there. So like calling them out big time. So what do we do?
Trans. And trans.
We just, oh yeah, and transgender people as well. So what do? I hosted a live and I went over I reviewed it, of course, right? And it got so much attention that J and DOC also reviewed it, and they asked me to come on their live stream. We had Avery on the live stream. We had David Wood on the live stream, and we had Chris from Speaker's Corner on the live stream. We were all reviewing it. Now, after that, Maloink got mad because we were exposing what he said about the Dawa guys. Then he wanted to dox me, Logic, David, Thaddeus, J and DOC, Chris from Speaker's Corner. So he started putting out all of our information, like my house and my phone number, Avery's house, Christina, a bunch of pictures, his phone number, David's wife's phone number, his address, and everything. So at that point, I think we got to the point where Logic went to Balboa a couple of days ago to speak with Sheikh Uthman at his tent. And when he got there, Malik says he sent his boys to get Logic, but really all they did is went to try to harass Christina. And Logic stood up to them like a man that he is and said, if you want to touch my wife, then you will be touched. Plain and simple. And they tried to charge Avery at that point, and he got a citation. So then Avery's like, hey, Uthman's in my town. I'm going to go after him again. So he went over to this time, and Maloink thinks that he sent this kid out to do something to Logic, and all he did is come out and make himself look like an idiot and walk away like a coward. So that's about where we are now, Paul.
I got some snippet out of it because obviously I did watch some streams and I saw I think David Wood called the Warner the Watcher or something along those lines.
Yes. Yeah, because the Warner watches Sneeko and Slim doing threesomes.
Oh boy. And I don't know who the Warner is, by the way, but yeah, I'm glad that all this filth is coming out because Muslims.
Notice, Paul. None of the Christians are the ones exposing what the Muslims are doing. Just like the Quran, we didn't write down that Muhammad was covered in semen. We didn't do that. The Muslims did. So the Muslims are exposing themselves. We just repeating what they say, and these guys get upset with us.
Are you saying? Wait, hold on. Are you saying that Muhammad was also watching, and then somehow it spilled over him?
Oh my goodness!
It's the Sunnah, Paul. It's the Sunnah.
I didn't say it. I'm just repeating it. Remember when he came home to Aisha covered in the semen? My question is, I said this to Mansour when he was still on TikTok. He wanted to debate me. I said, I will debate you the day you tell me whose semen was Muhammad covered in. Now, you can't be upset with me for asking that question when I'm getting it from the Sunnah. Now, Malik and all these oink oink can't get upset with us if we are repeating that Warner was willing to take it up the butty. You can't be upset with us. You gave me this information. I'm repeating this information. Do you see that? So Chris is repeating it, and then they want to put his picture up there and family up there and house up there. Why? We just repeated what you gave us. Can't make this up, man. So if there's any Muslims, and I saw Paul said in the chats that he wants to play the game, but he doesn't want to win the prize. Oh my goodness.
Who wants to beat? No, I don't want to. I want to play a different game where it has 4 easy options, but yeah.
So why don't we take them to school today? See, this is us walking these people to school.
I would have took the bacon every day, all day, right there.
See how easy that was for you? But you notice that. So we've had Muslims come up, right? We've had Muslims come up, and they can't answer the question. I mean, the one guy came up and he said, I said to him, well, do you agree with what's on the screen? He says, well, only one of these under normal circumstances is bad. And then he said, but the Bible, and then he ran to, you can chop off the woman's arms. So I said, well, yeah, you notice how many Christian women are walking without arms. And he said, oh, you can smash, the against the rocks. And I said, yeah, I mean, we've got a special rock, just to, for that, so you can see that happening as well. So what I did was I just, embraced what he said, trying to show him that they're, okay, which country can you go to where you find all these Christian women without arms? But you can go to any Muslim country and you can find them 434ing their wives, that they can have extramarital with their right hand possessed, and they can dingy children. But make sure you don't eat pork. So you see, Muslims, I know that you guys are sitting on the outside because I heard I went on a live, and the guy was, did you see that disrespectful photo he had on his page? He's making a joke out of the verses in the Quran, talking about me. So they know what the topics are. They're sitting on the outside. They're listening to the conversations, but they're not man enough to come up and have a conversation. So again, this is for all you Muslims. In fact, I will leave it to my man, Chris Claus or Paul. You guys can request up, have and ask the question to, or answer the question to any one of us. All we want to do is just, keep it simple. We want to just ask you, because I had this picture up yesterday as well. I want you guys to notice the one thing that's similar over here. In the Old Testament, it says, Satan says to Eve, he says, God is lying. Eat the fruit and you will never die. But the second picture says, the Bible is lying. But go and follow the Quran and you will never go to hell. So each time we are led astray, notice, we are taken away from God. That's why when we come to these topics are showing us whether a true God will say to you. Now, this, again, when it comes to, for example, I had a conversation earlier today, guys, with a guy when it came to Muhammad marrying his adopted son's wife. And I asked the guy, is marriage sacred in Islam? He said, yes, marriage is sacred. I said, so why would God, instead of helping, say to Muhammad, listen, Zayd's marriage is in trouble. Would you like to help his marriage and make it stronger, pull them together? Why would he rather say, nah, let them break up so you can go and marry your own adopted son's wife, who's your first cousin? Why would the God put temptation in his heart, according to Al-Tabari, the explanation for the Quran? Why? Why would he rather put temptation in his heart? And that is again from the Quran in Surah 33, 37. Al-Tabari says that he made her look attractive. He made her unattractive to her husband. I mean, that's just sick. That's honestly just sick. So we've got Chris Claus in the house. We've got Paul in the house. Please tap and share. My other account is right now. It was at the Yemeni corner of the Kaaba. It's moved over to the Black Stone right now. So it's smooching there, and it should be on its way home by Tuesday or Monday late afternoon.
Oh,
so if there's any
to come up. You got the 7-day circle happening, do you?
No, just the 3-day. Just the 3 days. So it happened yesterday. So it's by 2:30 or 3:30 Monday, it should be fine. So M. Jacker, you always in the chat, always being rude and unnecessary. Would you like to join us and make it make sense? Simple question. Please. The question is, which one of these is haram in Islam under normal circumstances, of course? Would you like to do that? That's right. Run to Numbers 31. We've explained Numbers 31 too many times. If that didn't go into your head, nothing will. So would you like to join us, Jacker?
I love when Muslims bring up Numbers 31, because as soon as they bring up Numbers 31, they're saying, yes, my prophet did sleep with a 9-year-old, and that 9-year-old was a little girl. But it's okay because you guys have this in the Bible. So whenever a Muslim goes to the Bible, instead of answering for their religion, they are affirming that their prophet did do this. Good job, M. Jaka.
Now watch what he did. He said he jumped from the one topic because, again, he's a Muslim. Like Muhammad jumping from one woman to another, he jumps from one topic to another. And then he says, how is God 3? Watch this. Your God is incomplete without his 99 attributes. If I took one of the attributes out, Allah is incomplete. If we put Allah together with all his attributes, so you've got 99 gods, because your God is not God without his attributes. And his attributes individually are not Allah, meaning the attributes have to be put together to get a single God. That's why you believe in Tawheed, which is a unification. So notice now, you don't understand 3 can be 1, yet you have a Quran, a verse in the Hadith that says 7 Qurans can be 1 Quran. So how can 7 equal 1 and 99 equal 1? But because your parents are first cousins, you can't make it make sense when it comes to 3 is 1. Do you notice I answered your question? So I sent you an invite. You can either talk about this topic over here, or you can come up with your Numbers 31 or make it make sense. You got 3 gods. Notice what I did there? I absolutely demolished you because, again, you don't know your religion. So if Allah has more than 99 attributes, beautiful, then Allah is made up of even more parts than we thought he was. Nice one, Joker. So let me send you another invite since you are too afraid to accept them. I'm saying to you, willing to go with you. I'll hold your hand. In fact, let me school you again. Hang on a second. Let me give you this one. Let me give you this one. There we go. See that? You'll be one of those on those little ponies, because remember, Muhammad was so tiny. According to Sid, your brother Sid, he said that when Aisha was 6 years old, she was taller than Muhammad. So that means Muhammad must have been a tiny guy. So I made little horses for you little guys, because that's as high as you're going to get. I put you on your little horse and I'm taking you to school. Would you like to join M. Jaka, or would you like to stay in the chats pretending you know what you're talking about, when we all can see that you are just a Muslim? So I gave you an opportunity. You decided not to come up. That's fine. So Muslims, if there's any Muslims that want to come up, you're more than welcome to. Muslims, let me just remind people so that we have it on the screen. Muslims request. And let me actually put +18, because we don't want to people think that we are Muslim. Beautiful. So if there's any Muslims that want to come up, the topic is, I'll go back to the topic since I took him to school now. And a lot of action going on.
Man, all I hear is Telegram going out of the bag. I know that the last 2 were mine.
I'm going to turn it down.
You almost have to check it every day. Like if you turn into be like a Paul Bishop in the group, man, I bet you Paul's got 50,000 messages to roll through every time he opens up Telegram. Oh,
Pretty close, man. Like I get, I think sometimes I see like 1,000 or like close to 1,000, like probably 300, 500. So I think last time was 800. So I only check the ad and speed scroll to look through, see if there's something that I really should know. But yeah.
Okay. So we've got a guest. How are you, son?
I'm good. I'm 18. I just wanted to say something because I was considering debating, but no, I just want to say something. Not a single Muslim is leaving Islam because of any of these, because they see how you guys twist verses and take stuff out of context, and how everything is
you sure?
easily refuted. Not a single
sure?
Muslim.
Are
Give
you
me a
sure?
Muslim. Give me a Muslim, and then ask him how many rakats in wudu, and if he prays to
There's
99.
0 rakats in
Okay.
wudu, Muppet.
Yeah, ask any ex-Muslim. They'll say so.
Okay, look, I wish.
Now that's all I
just
had to
have-
say. I'm not
I just have
debating.
one
I'm not
thing.
debating fools,
But
but
I do have
any
one
Muslim in
thing.
the chat, do not get on this
don't
panel.
run.
You're just
Brandon, don't run,
legitimizing
don't run,
illegitimate
don't
arguments.
run.
So like
Don't
within the last
Bro, I'm not
within
talking.
the last 2 weeks, over 3 people have came to Christ on God Logic's platform. One of them came because of the Aisha and the Muhammad thing. So he can come up here and say, "Oh, Muslims aren't leaving the religion." They are. That's the simple fact, is that they are. So for you to come up and just say they aren't just shows how ignorant you truly are.
But again, this is a tactic. This is another tactic that they use, trying to show people, trying to make it imply that, yeah, you know what? No, it's not working, guys. It's not working. Listen, there's more people that are sending us questions, asking us about, is this true? Is it really true that Muhammad married a child? Yes, it's true. Is it true that just one verse, Surah 424, teaches you that rape is allowed, adultery is allowed, slavery is allowed, SA is allowed, and genocide is allowed? In one verse, 424, 5 different things is allowed in Islam. All we do is just read. You guys cry about it. Sorry, Paul, you're going to say something.
Well, I wanted him to deal with the first charge because it's the most, I think, I don't know, priority for us. I think it is calling out our intellectual honesty, or honesty, anyways, whether he wants to think it's intellectual or not. But to say that we're twisting these verses and we're putting it out of context, the challenge is prove it, because we did do our due diligence, at least, maybe not the entire Islam, maybe not how many rakat and wudu, maybe not in everything, but at least those 3 verses, we made sure to put it in context. We made sure to present the Islamic or the Muslim scholars' position on all these 3. We made sure of that. So it's like, dude, if pick one and let's go over it, and we'll see who's in context and who is trying to twist it out of context, which in this case, Muslims. The irony of that statement, because just like I saw like a clip right now with Sylvan Libiano. Oh, I don't think any mufassirin on this verse. This is the position you're going to default to, and then you're going to twist it out of context and out of the Sunni position on these 3 verses.
So I just want to just jump in again. Watch M. Jacka has jumped to so many topics. He says Paul influenced Christianity. My brother, if Christianity is corrupted, perfect. We'll leave that aside. That's what we're trying to show you, you Muppet. We are saying so clearly to you, okay, Paul, he destroyed Christianity. So then let's all become Muslim. So the question is, as you can see on the screen, teach us about Islam then. Because Islam is teaching us that only one of these things is allowed, is not allowed in Islam under normal circumstances. So for everybody that listening to M. Jacka says Christianity is false. So we'll move it aside. But according to Islam, if you strike your wife, that's allowed. Eating pork, no. In Islam, owning slaves, adultery, rape, genocide, allowed in Islam. Eating pork, no. According to him, marrying and penetrating a prepubescent, allowed in Islam, 65:4. but don't eat pork. So what we are asking you now is, according to you, since Christianity is off the table and Christianity is false, then we have to look at what Islam is now presenting to us so we can become Muslim. So you need to come up and explain to us how it is possible that striking your wife is better than eating pork, that genocide and adultery allowed but don't eat pork, and penetrating prepubescent little girls allowed but don't eat pork. So there we go. I'll send you another invitation. I just agreed with you. You said that the Bible and the Christianity is false. Leave it aside. Leave it aside. And talking about circumcision, according to Islam, women in Islam should be clipped, snipped, FGM, because that's what Muhammad did to himself and to Aisha, according to the hadiths. So I'm going with you. Notice, Jacka, I am going with you now. Is Christianity false? Take it out of the way. Let's come to Islam. Can you just explain to the people how 3 verses allows you to do such despicable evil acts while eating pork is even worse than those acts? Notice what I did there, man. I'm giving you an opportunity. I've sent you too many invites, but you're too much of a weakling to accept them. Any Muslim, I'm calling out all you Muslims. If you think that Christianity is lying and false and fake, leave it aside. Bring us to Islam. Which one of these is haram in Islam? But notice none of you did. None of you will, because you guys are weak. Weak. I'll send you another invite, Common, because you, another common person, that you're just too common for me. But I'm giving you an opportunity. I'm saying to you, make it make sense. Come up and explain it so that we will learn from you. See that, Jacka, how you keep jumping?
Is that common sense? The same person that we talk to or used to talk to?
No idea. So, well, let's ask him. Common, now that you're here, can you please explain to everybody why it is that, for example, you're allowed to strike your wife, but pork is bad? You're allowed to commit genocide and do adultery, but pork is bad. And you're allowed to penetrate a child, but pork is bad. Please, it's all yours.
Jesus allowed all of it.
So beautiful. Is Jesus God?
Jesus, I chill with Jesus. I don't disagree with Jesus,
But
man.
that's the same person.
That's why.
Is
Jesus allows
Jesus
genocide. Jesus allows chopping your wife's hand off if she tries to help
okay,
you.
so is that again
Yeah,
common?
so
Is that
I'm just
all
with Jesus,
bad?
man.
Is that all bad?
No, if Jesus said it's not bad, then it's not bad, right?
Okay,
I'm
so if
sorry.
Jesus says it's not bad, it's not bad. Sorry, Paul. Go on.
James, can I just say something? Okay, then
Yeah.
that would make both religions false, if that's true.
Do you believe it? No, because only one religion
What do you
propagates
mean?
genocide, and
I'm telling you,
that's
I'm telling you that would
Christianity.
make, dude, listen very carefully, Common. That would make both religions false, if that's true. If that's true.
You don't believe the Bible allows for genocide?
Again, we're talking about the 3
Deuteronomy
verses.
20 says
look
unalive
at the-
anything that breathes. That's
Dude,
genocide.
Are you listening? I'm talking
Oh.
about the 3 verses on the screen. Women being abused.
Yeah, chopping your wife's
Adultery.
hand off because she tried to help you. That's crazy. Okay.
Again,
Yeah.
apples and oranges, Common.
Jesus never banned slavery. If
Oh
you
my
can show me a
gosh.
verse in the New Testament, even
No,
Jesus
bro,
banned slavery, I'll be happy to
do
see
me a
it.
favor, dude. Listen and learn, please. Let Paul
And
finish his
1
sentence.
Corinthians 7 is child marriage.
Try not to be smart because you're Muslim, okay? Let him finish and then you can join in.
Okay, this is not how it works. So, this is how it works, Common. If you go to, do you have kids?
Just keep on talking.
Do you have kids?
Do I have to have kids? Will the conversation only go forward if I have kids?
No, you don't. But let's say you're a
Okay, that's
He's
father.
not asking if you married a kid.
Okay.
He's asking if you have kids.
Okay, let's say you're a father, God
Mhm.
forbids, and actually you have two kids. I would feel
Mhm.
sorry for them, and you would go inside, one of your kids' room, and you would say, "Your room is dirty. Clean it up." The kid's response, "Well, my brother's room is dirty too." Does that negate the fact that those 2 rooms are dirty?
So let's stick to actually what we're talking. So you're saying that I believe that Jesus is immoral, and you believe that and you believe Jesus is immoral as well.
I'm saying if it is what you're saying is true,
It's
then
true.
both.
Jesus allowed G-side in the Bible.
Okay,
So is Jesus immoral? Yes or no? I'm confused.
let's deal with something objective.
No, that is objective. Jesus is objective.
Okay, so
We both agree who Jesus is. So
you're not
Jesus was
letting
a
me finish my
person.
sentence, man. You're not
I
letting
mean,
me
I don't know
finish
why
my
you're bringing all
sentence
these analogies for. Let's stick to the substance, right? I don't.
because I'm showing the absurdity of
No,
your.
it's not
Of your
absurdity because if
oh
Jesus
my
allowed it, it
this
must
guy
be
is not
immoral,
gonna
right?
like. I speak 2 words and he jumps in.
Oh
Are we
my
gonna
God,
be
you're just
able?
panicking, bro. You're just panicking. That's all it is.
I'm the one panicking. When I'm constantly being interrupted, who's panicking? If I speak 2 words and you're jumping in, who's panicking? It's insane. Like either you're gaslighting yourself or you're actually that stupid. So
Why are you talking about kids' bedrooms when we're talking about Jesus? I'm confused.
yeah,
You would
that's
be.
the same common sense, man. That we used to talk
I'm
to.
talking
He
about
doesn't
Jesus
have
and
the
you want
brain
to talk about
cells.
kids' bedrooms. Like, what's wrong with you, man?
Well, okay.
Like, are you okay or?
This is what happens when you marry your
I
cousins.
just want you to tell me, is Jesus
let me-
immoral
Yeah.
for allowing G-side
Mhm.
in Deuteronomy
Let me
20?
deal with you. Let me
Okay,
deal with you.
look.
Since you don't understand
Here.
what Paul's trying to get at.
No. Because Paul trying to be clever, and I'm trying to not let you be smart and slick. I'm not trying to let you be slick. I'm trying to.
Again. Let me finish. So you have a problem that Jesus in Deuteronomy said that genocide is okay. Is that what you're claiming?
Yeah, Jesus, that's the only book that allows G-side is the Torah, not the Quran. But go on.
Surah 424 does it as well. But let's just stop there for a second. Now.
Let's go to
Can you tell
424.
me-
Let's see the G-side in 424.
Stop there. We're gonna get there. Just 1 second. 1 second, please. Let's focus now, because you're a Muslim. You can only do one
I'm
thing at a time.
focusing, man. Come on, let's not talk about kids' bedrooms and then we can focus. Come on.
You're sitting outside the kindergarten watching the kids play. Now listen again.
You're the one talking about kids'
According to the
bedrooms, not me,
Quran-
you weirdo.
according
So
to the
chill out, man.
Quran, Is the Deuteronomy part of the Torah?
It's part, Jesus was a Jew. That's what he followed. Jesus never
Is
followed the New Testament.
Deuteronomy part of the Torah?
Jesus don't follow Paul, so
Is Deuteronomy part of the Torah?
yes, it is. Yeah, man. I don't know what you. Yeah.
Who is the author of the Torah?
According to you, is Jesus.
Again, according to Islam, we're talking about Islam. Try to pay
No.
attention.
I'm not going to let you talk about Islam. I'm not going to make you watch.
Sitting outside the kindergarten watching the kids. Stay focused. According to Islam, who is the author of the Torah?
Are you pretending to be atheist or what? What are we doing?
According to Islam, who is the author of the Torah?
Are you pretending to be atheist again? Is it why do Christians do this, man? Why do they pretend to be atheists? I'll get confused. But why do you guys do this?
Okay, I'm going to break it down again because I'll say it. Let me teach you. Allah in
No.
the Quran.
No. Oh, Christian boy, Christian.
This is why I remember now why you should
Please,
stay.
Jesus is the author of the Torah.
Sit down. According to Islam, the God of Islam claims to be the author of the Torah. Now, if Deuteronomy is in the Torah and Deuteronomy teaches that you should unalive and do genocide, then guess what? Yes, that's in the Torah. Now, do we find the same stories in the Quran, the genocide, unaliving people with floods and stuff? According to Islam, does Allah allow a flood to take away generations of people?
I'm talking about Deuteronomy 20 when you go to war and you commit genocide.
I'm asking you because you're talking about genocide. You're asking about removing people.
No, you naughty little Christian. Stop being a naughty little Christian, right?
Again, this is what happens when you become a Muslim and your parents are first cousins. We limited in intelligence and understanding. So now we go to 424. Can you tell me, according to 424, are you allowed to do genocide and unalive people and take their women as slaves and take their children as slaves?
Look at this coward, absolute coward.
I'm not Muhammad penetrating
You're
a
a
child.
coward, man. You know you are.
Yeah, that's the same comment. He doesn't have retention. He cannot retain anything. The best thing he can do is do that. Start shotgunning something he misrepresent out of context. And if you tell him, let's deal with things with equal measures, I bring the scholars, your scholars, you bring the scholars on my side, and we deal with this objectively, he would never do that. He would never engage in semi-honest way of anything. And because I don't think he can have the brain capacity to actually process how things should be. I'm sorry, Colin, but I think the generational, cousin marriage have actually boiled down to give the product of, well, you. So I don't think you can be able to have a conversation with anyone unless you promise to deal with the easiest topic. 434 is such an easy topic for Muslims. Just deal with that. Don't run around and say, well, the Bible allow to chop off the head. Well, we can talk about that. We're not going to run away from it. I promise you. But deal with things with equal measures. And yeah.
Just to show you guys, right? So the common, not something that's not common. Watch again, guys. He went to the Bible. He said Jesus is the author of the Bible, of the Torah. Yet Allah says that he is the author, so he made Jesus Allah. The same thing that he talks about in the Bible is actually in the Quran. Not only that, let me just give you guys a little bit of when it comes to the geocide, or when it comes to Islam, when it comes to all these things. Watch the verses in the Quran where it says, unalive them wherever you find them. You guys think we're talking about Surah 9:5. No, this is Surah 191. And then it says in Surah 193, and fight them until there's no more fitna, meaning no disbelief. So if this was 1400 years ago, and they are told to fight people until there's no more fitna, that means for the last 1400 years, we have a geocide from, and I'm using that word because I don't want to get hit, from Islam and from Muhammad's time. Remember, guys, they were fighting each other as soon as Muhammad passed away, because they were fighting to see who's going to continue, right? And 191 says, unalive them wherever you find them. 193 says, and fight them till there's no more fitna, disbelief in and worshipping of others along with Allah. And all and every kind of worship is for Allah alone. Now watch now. This can't be for a war. This can't be for a particular time, because it says, fight them until every kind of worship is for Allah alone. In your little towns and societies and little countries, they are doing this there because they still want to fight us until all worship is for Allah alone. And now in 2025, 2026, we can see them openly saying that we want Sharia, we want the flag of Islam above our this and that and the other. This is what they're saying. In Surah 839, it says, fight them until there is no more fitna, which is disbelief in believing any other God besides the God of Islam, who is Allah. And it says, and the religion will be for Allah alone in the whole world. So geocide has been continuing since the time of Muhammad until today. This is from, again, the Quran. Now, if these verses are not eternal, then the Quran is not eternal, because in Surah 867 it says, until he has made slaughter in the land, prophets have to have captives. Why? So they can do dingy with these captives. Now again, all I've done now is show you that from the Quran, the geocide has been continuing, but he's taking us to a specific group of people, to a specific incident, trying to make that sound as if it's a geocide for all of the world. No, Islam is saying attack for all of the world, but you guys can't focus on that. This is why, to make it simple, as Paul just said, if you want to come up and actually be able to have a common sense conversation, now common sense and Islam and common sense is like a child in a room with an adult. Doesn't work. So if you want to come up, we can start with number one, or A, 434. Is 434 allowed in Islam? And you're more than welcome to request. And I will keep quiet because I don't have the patience for silly people. So, Common, I'll send you another invite. We'll start with A, B, C, and D, and we'll see if Islam is saying that A, B, C is worse than eating pork. In fact, the question to you should answer first is, which one of these is haram in Islam? Pick that one first under normal circumstances, and then we can go through each one of them so people can take their dawah today. Okay? I will be quiet. You and Paul can talk about this, because again, you guys are an embarrassment.
Okay. For the first question, are you going to be atheists or Christians? What are you
Okay.
choosing to be today?
I'm gonna be a Christian, which I am.
Are you sure? Are you sure, Paul? You're going to be a
Please mute
Christian?
up. Please mute up. Please.
No. I think before we
Yeah.
have the conversation, I think we need to
Yeah,
let
let's
us
set the
agree.
we'll set the rules right
You
now.
guys do this thing where you pretend to be atheists and not
No,
Christians
we're
anymore.
not pretending to be an atheist. So here's the rules of engagement. This is the topic. There are 3 verses, and these 3 verses are to be addressed. Bring in something outside of these 3 verses, then we are changing the topic. We have to change the screen, and we're not going to do that for you.
Did
don't come
James
to-
mention G-side? Yes or no?
Oh my gosh, because you did mention it.
No, I didn't. I just said Jesus agrees with everything that Islam does. What you're talking about? And then he went to G-side, and I showed him that G-side is in your Bible. The only G-side is in your Bible.
Okay,
And he went to the
regardless.
floods. That's not
This
the
is the
same
ru-
as grown men
new-
like you and
okay,
James
Okay,
going
so
to the
now new
battlefield and
rules.
putting swords in
I don't
babies.
care
Like,
what happened. I don't
it's
care
not
what
the same,
happened.
son.
I don't care what happened. Right now, we're setting new rules. Didn't you want to set up a new rules? This is the rules.
No, I just wanted to make
Madam-
sure you were atheist. That's all I
gosh.
want. That's the only rule that I wanted
Okay,
to put
well,
down.
I'm about to finish. Just let me finish. So these are the 3 verses, and this is where you come into. You accepted the request, or whether being up here, automatically by default, you actually agree to engage with the topic. So that being all said, now one more time.
And does that mean I have to agree to your framing?
No, okay. Which you are entitled to say if there's hypocrisy.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. I'm giving you the opportunity, but that doesn't make you escape the first contention. So first you have to deal with the contention, and then deal with my hypocrisy, quote unquote, by the same measure. So let's say I'm bringing the actual reading of 434, and then I'm showing you my scholars, or your scholars. Sorry, your scholars. I'm showing you what's wrong with it, and then you have to do the same when it comes to my religion. Does that make sense now?
Yeah, whatever, man.
you understand what equal measures is?
All I'm saying is that don't be hypocrites. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because Christians fall into hypocrisy and they pretend to be atheists when it comes to these kind of
Please
conversations.
explain what did I mean by equal measures?
Paul, can you get him to first, when you guys start this conversation, can you first get him also to answer the question on the screen, which one of these is haram, just so we get an understanding, and then you can take him to school.
Okay.
So
yeah, if you want to be a Muslim, what is the correct answer? A, 434, striking your women. B, 424, have intercourse with married female captives. 65.4, give iddah to children.
So yeah. So the only one that's absolutely haram is eating pork.
Okay.
Was that a good answer? Did you like that one?
It's the default answer.
Oh, that's good. As long as you're happy, man. I want to keep you happy because you guys get upset quite quick. So I want to make sure you guys are happy and comfortable.
Yeah. Okay. Could you actually first tell us what's immoral about eating pork? If we judge things on moral ground.
Just God doesn't allow it. That's it. Khalas.
Okay, perfect.
Simple as that, really.
And the 434 in context, does it ordain or
yeah,
allow
God says you can strike your wife. Yes.
Okay. Perfect. So now you were supposed to show me the hypocrisy. Can you show me anywhere in the Bible where it says I can strike my wife?
Do you believe it's wrong to hurt your wife if she tries to help you?
If she tries to help me?
If she tries to help you, yeah.
Wait, is it me who's gonna do it?
I'm just asking you, do you believe it's immoral to hurt your wife if she tries to help you?
For me?
Yeah, I'm just asking you.
Again, I'm asking you a question. Am I the one that actually gonna be the arbiter of it?
That's not the question that I'm asking you, right? That is not the question I'm asking you.
So I'm clarifying your question.
So it's a very simple question. I think any normal rational person can answer this
Paul
question,
asked you
right?
a question.
You don't need a
You answered
PhD, right?
Paul said,
Yeah,
Is it
but I'm
okay
asking-
to hurt
Paul
your
said,
wife
"Can
if she tries
show
to
me in
help
the
you?"
Bible?" Paul said, "Can you show me in the Bible where you can strike your wife?" That was Paul's question to you. You didn't answer that. You went somewhere else. So answer, because we're going
Why are you panicking? It's
verse
okay.
for
Listen,
verse
look,
to
I've brought
see
my
if
tone.
because you
can
misrepresented.
prove
I'm
an
bringing,
answer.
Sorry.
I'm bringing my
Sorry,
tone
James.
down.
Look,
I'm
calm
trying to talk very slowly, like you guys,
Come
so we
Look,
can have
I'm
a
a little
normal
under the weather, so I'm
conversation.
not.
And I'm just gonna do what you guys do. I'm just following you guys down the path, and I'm talking the way that you guys are talking. So all I'm asking you, is it okay to hurt your wife if she tries to help you, or
Okay,
punish your
yeah,
wife if she tries to help you?
So again, because I know where you're going, and I'm telling you, please stop. Like seriously, you don't have to be a clown.
I mean, this whole topic's
Can
clownish,
someone
to be
mute him?
fair.
Sorry, I don't have
especially from
mod. Can someone
Christians.
mute him for a second, please? So
But
I
go
can
on.
actually explain this. Okay. So
You've
no,
got
it's not.
mod. Paul.
Thank
You've
you.
got mod.
So look, no, it's not okay to hurt your wife if she's trying to help you.
Mhm.
And I see where you're going with this. It's a trap question, but the problem is with it, you misunderstood the verse. It's not the husband that is going to cut her hand off.
Mhm.
It's the panel. It's the panel of judges, and this is like as if it's like saying, if your wife steals to feed you because you're so poor, is it okay to cut her hand?
Stealing is immoral.
Yeah. So would you cut your wife's hand if she steals to feed you?
That's not analogous. How your wife
it
trying to
is.
save your life? Because okay, let's just for the audience, let's make the distinction here, right? So now you're saying it's equal. A wife stealing is equal to a wife trying to save your life. They're both equal. The hands should be chopped off. You believe that's analogous?
Yes, I do. I'll show you how. It's like you never read your hadith. So there was an incident where someone was constantly stealing, and the first time he was caught stealing, they cut his right.
Yeah.
Muhammad said, "Cut his right."
Yeah.
And then he stole again with his left.
Mhm.
And then Muhammad said, "Cut his left."
Okay.
And then he stole again. And he said, "Cut his leg."
Yeah.
And then he stole again. Don't ask
Okay.
me how. And he said, "Cut his left." Now he's completely disabled. What kind of work can this guy do with no limbs? But yet he steals again. And then Muhammad said, "Unalive him." So we have a situation now. Let's say someone is handicapped and he's married to a woman. And so this man can't work and she can't work in the 7th century. So she goes and steal, and then to feed you, you're handicapped, and then her punishment is to actually cut her hand. Is this okay?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, yes, cutting your hand off for stealing is
So
absolutely
would the
immoral.
handicapped person?
So listen, I'm answering your questions directly. Like,
let me
Paul,
actually
how come I'm
rephrase
answering
the
your
question.
questions directly and you're waffling like I don't get it?
I'm not waffling.
You're an absolute
I
waffler. Just tell me, is it moral? As I said to you, it's moral. I'm agreeing with you saying that chopping someone's hand off for stealing is moral. I don't have a problem with that. Now, ask the straight dichotomy question: is it moral
why do you have a
to
problem
cut your
if it's
hand's
in the
wife
Bible?
off for
Dude,
trying to save your life?
In the Bible, you say you don't have a problem with it, but you're bringing up this problem to try to prove to us that you're allowed to strike your wife. I'm getting frustrated.
James, it's okay,
sorry,
bro.
you know
I've
what?
agreed.
I'm sorry. I forgot who am I talking to. I forgot that this person cannot
cowards, man. I've agreed that the Quran says you can strike your wife. I agree that point. Then you've jumped to this point about stealing the.
Okay, I forgot. I apologize.
I said I agree with that point.
I forgot who am I talking to. This guy has the attention span of
You
a fruit
agree
fly.
that it's okay.
Dude, okay, look.
After trying to save a husband's life.
Okay, comment here.
Moral, yes or no?
Dude, just mute up. Stay on mute for a second.
Cowards, man. You're absolute cowards.
Yes, I am.
We're not
I am a coward, whatever.
I've agreed to every one of your questions.
Yes, I know. Just mute up so I can.
No
Dude,
waffling like you guys. Yeah, look at you waffling,
I'm
man.
not gonna waffle. Can you stay on mute, man? Please. I don't want to keep raising my voice.
No, answer the question then. Like, what
yes,
are you
I
doing?
will. I will. Look, I'm not gonna bring you down. Just stay on mute for a second. I forgot that you have an attention span of a fruit fly.
You're
If
getting
you can
cooked.
prove,
You are, but go
yeah,
on.
okay, sure. If you can prove that the man is gonna cut her hand in the Bible, I'll delete my account. I'll apologize to you, and I'll say I'm a hypocrite. Please forgive me. Okay, there you go.
Not the claim that I made. Like, what are you talking about? I just want you to tell me: is it moral for a woman's hand to be chopped off for trying to save her husband's life? Yes or no?
If she's trying to analyze the other person, yes, it's immoral.
So a
Sorry,
woman.
it's moral. Sorry.
Oh, okay, so it's moral for a woman's hand to be chopped off for trying to
If
save her
she's-
husband's life.
if-
Mashallah. Thank you.
Wait,
Well,
hold
welcome
on.
to Christianity.
Okay. Again, this guy doesn't
Crazy,
like.
man. Crazy.
Okay.
So you're going. Let's move on now. Then let's move on.
No, we're not moving on.
Oh, you want to
It's
keep on
really
going? Come on then. All right, cool.
We're not moving on. So again, the man isn't the one that's chopping her hand off, correct?
Yeah, yeah. I agree.
Okay. It's the panel. It's a panel of judges.
I agree. Yes.
Okay. If that's the case, then you're comparing apples to oranges.
I mean, technically, I think your position's worse. You know, chopping your
Okay,
wife's hands because you're
again,
trying to save your
again,
life. I think that's.
You're
I mean, I don't think that's moral. I don't think that there's any
comparing
morality in that. To be
apples
fair, I
to
think that's
oranges.
straight wrong.
Dude,
Absolutely
it's
wrong.
stupid to understand much, man. Come on, man.
So you're
Must I have to
comparing
bring down
apples.
spoon feed you?
What are you on
You're
about, man?
comparing-
Are you okay or?
You're comparing apples to oranges.
That's what you
This-
believe. Well, okay.
No, it's not. Because the husband isn't chopping the wife's hand.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's apple to oranges, where in 434, the
Mhm.
husband is
And strike the wife.
doing-
Yes.
Okay. And that's why they're two different scenarios.
Mhm.
Correct?
Yeah, I mean, of course, they're two different scenarios, but
Okay,
one's not immoral and one is immoral.
Again, because the husband and the wife, supposed to stay on each other and be like as in a relationship. So I grant you, if the husband ought to chop her hand, that would be something that is immoral. But that's not what the biblical text says. It's actually the panel or the judgment that will be upon her. Then it has other caveats to it, but we won't get into that. In the actual 434,
Mm-hmm.
you strike your wife
Mm-hmm.
yourself. There's no judges. There's no one. It's just you
Yeah,
and your
yeah.
wife. You can just take a stick and start hitting her. Correct?
Yeah, you can strike your wife. Yes.
Yeah, you can take a stick at home and just.
What do you mean by
what's the
stick? Like,
confused
what do you mean by stick? I don't know what you're talking about now.
Well, whatever object.
What do you mean? Where does it say that? I mean, the Quran literally says when in 33:84, I believe it is, when Prophet Ayub wants to strike his wife, what does God tell him to get a bundle of grass, and strike her with that? So
Okay.
yeah.
Can I make a bundle of grass or like hay and form it into a whip or a stick?
If that's what you want to do, bro, like you go ahead, man. If that's what you're into,
So would that be haram in Islam or halal?
yeah. If you cause any mark or and any of that stuff, or you strike the face or yeah, you're not allowed to.
Where does it say I cannot?
But
make
according to you,
marks?
you're allowed to. But according to you, you're allowed to chop your
Where
wife's
can I-
hand off for trying to help you. It's crazy.
Where can I actually see that you cannot cause marks?
You can't cause no mark. Okay,
Where's
let me
that?
see. I don't know, man. I think I just made that up. To be fair,
Yeah, you made that. up.
did I make that up?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
It's nowhere to be found in the Arabic.
Oh, it's nowhere to be found in the Arabia. Oh, is that the game we're playing? Okay, cool.
No, that's the
I'm-
game
I'm-
you guys
I'm
play.
not gonna-
I'm playing along.
Paul, before we go on, I'm not gonna trust any of your Arabic Arabic translation. No, no, that ain't gonna work.
Okay. Then you can translate it in Google or AI. Or
No, no,
whatever.
no, 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 no. I'm not gonna trust. No, 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 no. Classical Arabic is different from what you speak. You don't speak classical Arabic. You don't talk like that on a day to day. And many words
Okay.
and many words that were used in the past have different meanings today. And you guys trying to push that narrative. It doesn't work. But okay, but go carry on. Whatever you're saying. So what do you
Okay.
believe? So what's your presentation that we can make the women bleed? Do you believe that Islam allows you to do that? That the woman can bleed?
No, I don't think that extreme.
So what? So
I
what? So
do,
so how far? So
but you can
according
lose
to your
marks.
studies, how far can this be? How far can this
They
striking
can
go?
have green skin. My goodness, you can't be as slow
No,
as
no,
you
no.
sound. My
Calm
word.
down, James.
You can
James,
beat
one
the woman
second, my
until her skin is as green as her clothes. All you do is just go and ask how you
son, 1 second,
pronounce
son, 1 second, man. It's okay,
quietly, sit quietly.
son. It's okay, man.
Not your son, unless you're married to yeah, just get down. Arya, you're a Muslim, sir.
No, I'm not.
You're a Hebrew? Are you Jewish?
No.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, I thought I know you.
I did want to ask a question though.
What's your question, bro?
Do you guys ever, like, even though I'm not Muslim, I just wanted to ask, do you guys ever like address the Jewish Talmud?
Some of us do. Sometimes we do. We don't want to get into it because
But
they play the
why?
same game. Because they play the same game.
What do you mean?
Have you ever spoken to rabbinic Jews before?
Yeah, and I think that the Talmud is honestly one of the most disgusting and homicidal things I've ever laid my eyes on. And the thing is, I see a lot of these sort of polemics or religion debates, and I always ask.
Yeah.
I mean, we agree it's one of the most disgusting thing, but the key word here is one of. One of is stand to next to the Quran. They're co-equal in that sense. So maybe the Quran is worse actually. But
The Quran is worse. The Quran is worse than the Torah.
Then
The Quran is the most evil book in the world.
You think that the Torah is less? The Torah is not evil.
Did you hear what I just said? I said the Quran is the most evil book in the world.
The
You
book that
believe, and
Jesus
out of your
follows
mouth,
is
out of
way.
your mouth, you said, out of your mouth, you said, guess what? You said striking your wife is good, eating pork is bad. Out of your mouth, you can
I never said it's
take
good.
slaves. Be quiet. I didn't ask you to speak just yet. Just sit quiet because now you're annoying me. According to your mouth, 424, owning slaves and sleeping and doing adultery with married women, sleeping with married women is better than eating pork, according to 424. 65, for penetrating a child without their consent is better than eating pork. I find these three verses the most disgusting. And you are trying to now talk about 434, striking your wife, and you asking, can you leave marks or can't you leave marks or how is it? We can see from Aisha explaining clearly that the women were beaten so that their skin was green. We've got Muhammad himself striking Aisha in the chest, and she says, it's caused me pain. So again, Muhammad, because he obeys Allah, well, Allah obeys Muhammad, he strikes Aisha. Not only that, we can see that men can now strike their wives, but that's better than eating pork. But who is it better for? Not the woman.
Is this the best you got?
Because Islam is a religion by man, for man.
Is this
When
the
it
best
came
you
to
got?
to talking about the arms and chopping off the arms, you wouldn't understand what that is meaning, because again, you are thinking like a Muslim without understanding the totality of the entire text. Because if you understood what it meant, when you're striking a man's gonads, the man's his jewels, his family jewels, you are taking away something that God gave us as a gift, which is to reproduce. And because it's not her job to stop a man from reproducing, this is the whole point of the matter. But according to Islam, that's not the problem, because you can chop off the left arm, the right arm, the left leg, the right leg, and then eventually unalive the person who is now. Notice the Muslim logic. The guy got no arms, no legs, but he's still going to go and steal. How do you steal if you've got no arms and no legs? How?
Christianity is a comedy show, and I mean, this has to be comedy. Is this satire? Is this satire, James? Or
now again, common.
Like, are
now
you?
Again,
Is this your comedy bit, or
that you can't find me a verse in the Bible where it says go and strike your wife like it does in the Quran. Do you agree with that?
Of course, I agree
Harm
with
your
that. I
wife,
would agree
period.
with that. Like, what, are you slow or something, James?
Again,
you haven't
I'm
had
not
my
a
date
Muslim.
today.
My parents are not like your parents,
James,
first
are you-
cousins. Can you give
Com-
me a
Slow.
verse in the Quran that says in the Bible that says go and strike your wife? Please. That's what I want you to show me.
I said it doesn't exist. Like, are you slow or?
Beautiful. So then we move on. So it's sick
No,
and disgusting.
no. We don't
and
move on. We
not
don't
in
move
the
on because what we're
Bible.
talking
Be
about
quiet,
is
be quiet. You just agreed it's
So-
not in the Bible. If it's not in the Bible and it is in the Quran,
It
and you
is-
agree that it's sick and disgusting, we can move on to the next one because you've proven to us it's not in the Bible.
Are you an atheist?
I'm not a bloody Muslim. Listen again.
Are you an atheist
You
then?
said
Are you a
not
Christian or are you
in
an
the
atheist? Which are
Bible.
you?
I'll ask you one more time, since your parents are definitely
This
first
guy-
cousins.
You're the one who believes that you know
In the
you marry your
Bible,
children
can
and you marry your
show
nephew.
me in the Bible, show me in the Bible where the husband can strike his wife. Please, that's all you must show me now.
Not a direct 1-for-1 position on that, but you don't believe it's
Beautiful.
inherently
So then it
wife.
doesn't exist in the Bible.
As a
Thank you very
Christian,
much.
believe
We've
it's
moved on
inherently wrong
from
to hurt
that.
your wife.
I don't know what's wrong with
You
you.
don't
You know
know-
what's wrong with you? Listen,
It
Muppet, I'm
doesn't
trying to
Do you
Well,
work.
understand
either,
that?
man.
Do you understand that claim that I'm
Comment,
making? Like, are you
comment.
slow or something, James?
Yes, like,
I'm a
we
Muslim.
understand. You're
don't
misunderstanding.
believe
Sorry,
it's
James.
inherently wrong
One
to
more
hurt your
time,
wife.
comment.
Believe it
One more
okay,
time.
to unalive your wife if she doesn't believe on her wedding night. Like you know that, right? You
No.
believe it is moral to unalive your wife if she doesn't bleed on her wedding night.
Does he do it himself?
Stop it, you naughty little boy.
Does
You
he
don't
do it
believe
himself?
it's not inherently wrong to hurt your wife. You know
Does
this.
it do it?
It's worse
himself?
in the Bible. You unalive her for
Okay,
not
if-
bleeding on the wedding night.
Dude,
Why didn't
is this
your
guy
God
too
know
cute?
that not all women bleed on their wedding night?
Does the
Like,
husband
it's crazy.
unalive his wife? Does the husband unalive his wife?
You know, you two are the most pathetic people ever. You both got cooked and you don't let him speak. You both are pieces of shit.
Again.
Fucking
I know.
assholes.
Wow.
Okay, listen, Iran.
Wow. Like when he says the husband unalive his wife, where is that? Where is that? Because I haven't read it. Whatever he's
That's what I've
reading,
been
I'm not
asking for.
reading.
Give me the blooming evidence, but he can't.
No, he twisted to make it that the husband is doing it. The husband is cutting the hand. The husband is unaliving the wife. No, it's not. She brought into justice, and the justice is bestowed upon her. Okay, that's the ruling. There's a ruling. There's caveats to it. There's conditions to it. You're misrepresenting the ruling by saying, "Oh, the husband go and do it." This is not Islam. Like, are you insane? I can show you where a Muslim unalive his wife, and that's okay. Not only unalive his wife, but also perform the first, I don't know if I can say abortion, but the first thing, and Muhammad approves of it. He unalive his pregnant woman with a knife through her child that she's bearing, to unalive the child and the woman. That's different. When you're doing the act yourself, you're not taking her to a justice panel to rule. That's like apples and oranges one more time. Like,
Why are you inviting me back for now? Why are you, when Common was baking you, like, you wouldn't let him talk?
sure.
Okay, so Birmingham, listen, I just want to just ask you this, Birmingham.
What?
Common said that in 434, 424, and 65.4 are all allowed in Islam.
Listen,
let me just break it
Common
down.
knows,
Hang on, please,
Common
hang on,
knows
brother,
more than
hang
me.
on, hang on,
Common more
hang on,
knowledgeable
don't
than
cry,
me.
don't
Why
cry.
don't you
Don't
let him?
cry. Aisha didn't cry when Muhammad came in the room. Please don't cry because you came in the room. Listen again. According to the Quran, it teaches that striking your wife, owning slaves, and penetrating children is allowed, but don't eat pork. Do you agree with him? You muted. So I'll ask again.
Hang
do
on,
you
I
agree
already
with
come
him?
up. I already come up, yeah.
I know you
Listen,
came up to
James,
do a
listen one
drive-by.
second, listen.
I know you did
Listen,
a
if you're a
drive-by.
host,
I'm
if you're a
asking
host,
your opinion.
listen, if you're a host and you're talking about Islam, shouldn't you be fair?
I'm asking your opinion.
listen,
Help
listen.
me understand.
Listen. Look, 1 second. I come up here because look, you're a host. Ain't a host supposed to be fair? You asked a question, you should let common answer, but you don't. You both keep interrupting him. That's all I'm
Because he's
saying.
talking about everything other than the question asked.
No, you don't like
I
his
don't
answers.
understand
That's the
Paul
problem.
because you're from
What do you
Birmingham.
let
would
him finish his
understand
answer
what,
and then you can
Tommy,
rebut to him?
what,
But you keep
what
interrupting
happens
him.
when you marry your first cousin.
No, you
Notice that
married
we
your own
asking
mother.
you a simple
You must have
question.
gone down in your own
All
mother.
we did
That's
was ask
that's why
a
you're like
simple
this.
question you guys can't
Why
answer.
do you guys always go for your own mother? Why is that? Tell me. We go for our cousins. Why do you go for your own mother? Tell me.
So,
Show me
Brims,
where I went for my
Tell
own
me.
mother.
Tell me.
Is it-
Tell me. Why do
is
you
it
guys go for
okay
your own
to
mother?
strike your woman?
Tell me.
Is it okay?
Why do you guys
Dude.
strike your wives then if they don't
Okay.
bleed in the night? Tell
That's
me when
fine.
you guys have sex
Sure.
with them when they're meant to be virgins and they don't bleed. Why do you guys unalive it?
Okay, so dude,
Show it
one
to
more
me.
time.
See, we both can
No,
play
no,
this
one more
stupid game.
time.
When
No,
he,
it's not a stupid game.
common.
Okay,
No,
look, dude, there's one thing that's in question right now. Is it okay?
see, you keep muting now. Like you
Because you're just venting. Stop venting. Actually, listen to the question. The question is very simple. Do you think it's okay to strike women?
can you listen to what I'm saying to you? I'm
No,
saying
this is
when
the
common,
question.
I've already
This is the question. Stop venting. I'm not your psychiatric help here.
listen.
So-
If you
I'm not your psychiatric help. You are about to address the topic.
if you meet
Is it
me again, I'm gonna
okay?
go.
Yeah,
if you meet me again, I'm gonna go.
You can go.
Yeah, I'll go then.
This is
You
the
fucking
topic.
knobs.
This is the topic. Is it okay to strike your women?
You don't let the guy finish. Let the guy answer it,
Is
and
it
then you can
okay to
rebuttal.
strike your wife? Common said it's okay. Do you agree with Common?
Yeah, if you don't
The
leave no
Quran, the
marks.
Quran says you can strike your wife. So I've answered your
Okay,
question,
perfect.
and
Wait,
then I
hold
put
on.
it back on you,
Brims said,
saying that
Brims
is it
said-
inherently
Common.
wrong to hurt your wife?
Okay, so Brims says
No, can you answer Common's question? Have we answered yours? Answer
And
Common's.
these are not and your wife's not committing crimes. She tried to
Mhm.
save your life, and she didn't bleed on her wedding night.
Can you
What-
show us the
one-
evidence one more bloody time where the husband can strike the wife?
That's not what I
Show me
said.
evidence, please.
James,
Then you're
James, I
comparing
know you're
apples to
slow.
oranges.
I know you're a product of incest. It's all.
See, there you go
Thank
again.
you.
There you go.
What I'm
Okay.
saying to you is, you don't believe it's inherently wrong to hurt your wife. Do you understand? Christianity
do
I'm
goes
believe.
further.
asking you one
believe
more
that.
time, Common. I'm
We believe
asking you
that.
for
Oh,
evidence
Christian.
for your claim. Can you bring
Christian,
evidence
oh,
for your claim, coward?
For saving her husband's life, no Christian on
again,
any
common-
any realm
common-
and any planet would think that's okay.
common-
I want
Common,
evidence.
here,
Shut your
here's your
mouth
question.
and get evidence. Get down and get evidence. This is too
So
stupid.
Brims, here's his
He's
answer.
like
one more
honestly
time.
embarrassing, bro.
Here.
He's like embarrassing.
Brims, here's his answer. Yes, it's inherently wrong to hurt your wife. We answered it, but we did ask him as well. Is it the husband cutting her hand or hurting his wife or unaliving his wife? No. It's again one more time a panel of judges. Just like again in the analogy, a handicapped in Islam married to a woman that she goes out and steal to feed him to save his life and the life of the children, yet she gets her hand chopped. And we have instances where we also showed that if you don't, I'll show you the hadith. There's several hadith around this topic, by the way, where this guy had no choice but steal so he can eat. Have you ever had a handicap in the Middle East? Have you ever guys seen them? It's not like in the West, by the way. A handicapped in the West get a job. This is a phenomenon that I was shocked when I came back to the West. Because in Middle East, if you're handicapped, by the way, you don't get hired. No one hires you for anything.
Can I read
So-
the hadith for them, Paul? I have it in front of them.
Sure.
Just to let people see what you're alluding to. So again, this says a thief was brought to the Prophet. He said, unalive him. See how simple that was for Muhammad. He just unalives whoever he wills, whenever he wills. Unalive him. The people said he's committed theft. Messenger of Allah, then he said, cut off his hand. So his right hand was cut off. He was brought a second time, and he said, unalive him, because that's the God of the God of Islam, Muslims. He said, unalive him. He's like, hang on a second, man, He says, and then the people said he's committed theft. Muhammad said, cut off his foot. So his left foot was cut off. Now you've got someone like Allah with, one hand and, one foot. And then he says, so his left foot was cut off. He was brought a third time and he said, unalive him. See, unalive him. So easy in Islam. Boom, shakalaka, unalive him. He was brought a third time and he said, unalive him. The people said, he has committed theft. So he cut off his hand. So his left hand was cut off. He was brought a fourth time and he said, unalive him. Then they said, he's committed theft again. So then he said, cut off his foot. So his right foot was cut off. Now the guy got no arms, no legs. He was brought a fifth time and Muhammad said, unalive him. So he was taken away and unalived. And he was then dragged him and cast him into a well and threw stones over him. There's the on the screen is Hassan.
There's another hadith where a woman steals an egg and her hand gets chopped off.
That's right. You see that, guys? So we're not adding, we're not, making things up. We gave you evidence, but we asked the guy to show us evidence where the husband does this to the woman, strikes the woman, unalives the woman, cuts off the woman's hands. All we did was ask for evidence, but because evidence and Islam or Muslims can't be in the same room, much like Muhammad and a child, this is why they got into the panic. They can't be like Superman and Kryptonite in the same room. All we do is read. We're just saying to you guys, let's see what it says and if it's true or not. And so far we can see that we provided the evidence. Paul made a claim. I found the evidence. I asked the Muslim, can you provide evidence for your claim? But as usual, they can't provide anything. Nothing. That's Islam for you. That's how they lie to you. But the best thing about the whole topic was he at least admitted that yes, in Islam, you can strike your wife. You can, and then Paul said, the beatings, and he's like, no, but you can't leave a mark. You need to use this, that, and the other, blah, 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 because as usual, we can see that without lies, Islam dies. If there's intelligent Muslims that want to have this conversation, like someone that actually has evidence, please come up. If you're saying that this is Hassan and Hassan means Daif, then you are not knowledgeable of what Islam is and what Hassan means and what Daif means. It's clearly on the stage, on the screen as Hassan. Now, my question to any Muslim, if you want to go one for one, if you're saying, how can we attack the Bible, the Quran for 434 when the Bible has the same thing in it? Then we have to say, well, where is it in the Bible where the man can strike his wife? If he fears, notice I asked for evidence. Common didn't bring any. His backup singer that was crying, sounding like a wailing cat in the background, couldn't help him, brought nothing. Paul made a claim, I brought the evidence, because we worked together knowing that we have the evidence. If you guys have, as Paul just said, any other sources that contradicts what I just showed you, and that's a lie, then bring it. So all we're saying to you is, Common tried to do the hit and run. He threw out stuff without having evidence for his claim, much like Muhammad. When he was asked a question, he was like, oh, hang on, you need to come back. Inshallah, I'll get an answer tomorrow. So maybe Common will be like Muhammad and come back another day with the truth, with the answers. Guys, this is all on YouTube. Please, if you want to follow me on YouTube, it's the Agents 007, the Agents 007 on YouTube. Notice we are asking simple questions, and the two Muslims that came up both agreed with what Paul asked. 434, striking your wife, allowed, don't eat pork. 424, slavery and adultery, allowed, don't eat pork. 65.4, penetrating prepubescent children, allowed, but please don't eat pork, because eating pork will upset Allah. Eating pork will upset Allah, because guess what? That will pull you out of Islam. You notice the stupidity when it follows, when you turn to Islam, how you've got to lower your IQ to make it make sense. Notice that Paul and I went straight to the Quran, and we're asking you straight from the Quran, and the beauty is these guys agree with the Quran, showing you what you have in your cities, your countries, your towns, these type of people imported from the shithole countries they were born in, coming to the West, but trying to bring the same evil into the country that they moved to. And then they want to say that we sleep with our parents or our mothers. Zero evidence. Because again, that's just another claim they make with no proof. These guys saying that we are acting like we are atheists. All we are asking for is evidence. It doesn't make me an atheist because I'm asking you for evidence. If we go back to the Quran, we have the evidence. Show me the evidence in the Bible. Surely there are Muslims out there that are smarter than this that would like to make it make sense. If
I think
there's
the
any
biggest
Muslim, sorry, Paul, go on.
No, I think the biggest issue with Comment that he keeps asserting that the man does the judgment himself, and I'm like, no, like stop, stop this absurdity, and he's just not getting it.
But what the crazy thing is, and as I said, guys, you'll notice that all these topics forces Muslims to run to something else. Now, watch again. By him running from the Quran to the Bible, saying, "What aboutism?" Oh, the Bible says this. It doesn't change what's in the Quran. It doesn't change what's in the Quran. We are asking for evidence. If you go to the evidence, that's fine. But it doesn't change what the Quran just said. It doesn't change it. For example, you know for a fact, 100% fact, that you're allowed to marry and penetrate children in Islam. You know this. So what do? Because you know it's disgusting and evil, you'll run to something else or somewhere else to try to show something else. Why don't you just address the fact? Just address the fact that yes, in my religion, penetrating children is fantastic because Muhammad, the PDF, did it. And he did it because Allah commanded him to do it. And because Allah commands him to do something, guess who is at fault? It's not Muhammad. He was just the tool. He's just he's the subordinate. It's the person, it's the boss man that's making him do this. And again, if owning slaves and penetrating them, knowing they married, makes you commit adultery, then the God of Islam is saying, commit adultery. Not a problem. Evil and sick.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Common is just this guy that just you can't talk to. But did you see
Yes.
the one thing that these two couldn't agree with each other? His belly dancer was very hesitant to agree that you can strike your woman. Bring me if you actually
Because they know it's sick.
Yeah, and then he added the comment. Oh, but you can't leave marks. Like, okay, show us that. Show us that comment and Brim that you cannot leave marks.
Chris, are you a Muslim, sir?
I'm not. I don't know if I'm welcome here. No, I'm not. But I have something to say.
What are you?
I'm a Christian from Lebanon.
Oh, ahlan wa sahlan. God bless you.
Thank you. I don't know. I just want to make. I know you know it, guys, but at the time of Muhammad, actually, he's never called Muhammad. You know very well he was Kutham. And
that's right.
Yeah, and actually the name Muhammad is for Jesus. Because I believe that the Quran is a 7th century heretic Bible only to attack the Trinity. That's all. Because if you look at the early version, the Meccan version in the Quran, you just notice over and over again that Jesus, son of Mary, about the Holy Spirit, about the miracle he did, about the resurrection, about adoption. There's a lot of adoption verses in the early Quranic recitation of the Quran. And if you see, even the name Muhammad is attributed to Jesus, the praised one, Jesus. The miracle he did, and there's a lot of copy from the previous scripture. So let's say if you look at the Apocrypha Bible, a lot of copy from Apocrypha Bible. If you look at the resurrection of Jesus, is a copy from Docetism, because even in their own Quran, they made Jesus like he has been elevated to heaven, not Muhammad, it's Jesus, and he cannot be crucified for certain reason, theological reason, they have it. But if you look at Docetism, also Jesus, he was elevated to heaven and he wasn't crucified. and they say that it was somebody else who, who just took the place. So actually, here I don't want to go into the story of deception of God deceiving the early verses, the revelation, and which is a the second testament, or second revelation, which is the new Testament in Christianity. So here, if you look at God even playing the role of deception, and that's what they say, that they deceived, that God like deceived the Christian, kind of. I mean, why God want to bring somebody, like Jesus, to deceive the Christian? You know what I mean? So I don't want to go into this. Actually, this is not my concern now. Now my concern is about the heresy that Waraka bin Nawfal brought, because archaeologically, even before Islam, and the Arabian Peninsula, there was a Christian monasteries in the Arabian Peninsula. There was a lot of, believers. There was monks, priests, and definitely the faithful people who follow those the monasteries and the convent and seminaries. So now my point is, Islam is based on rejection, actually. Okay, first and foremost, because after Council of Nicaea, definitely you know it, guys, but maybe the audience will listen to it. So after Council of Nicaea, we know very well that 75% of the forefather of the church, they voted for the full divinity and full humanity of Jesus. Now, what about those 25% who were rejected? And if you dig into the historical fact, Unitarian were unaliving, not only in the Arabian Peninsula, the Unitarian I'm talking, who were outcasted from the Council of Nicaea. It was on the north. It was toward Africa. It was in the Middle East and down the Arabian Peninsula. It happened. There's many, many small, how we say, clashes between Unitarian and Trinitarian. But down in Arabic Peninsula, it took different form, because it started the same thing by Unitarian theologian that were outcasted. That's why I said first, in the Quran, you see over and over, about the good deeds, adoption, mali dini wa malaka dina. This is whatever is my religion, and what's your religion is yours, and so on and so forth. So it was not about the unaliving. The reason what happened is that for the first, verses, written in the Quran, in Meccan verses, I call it, only 90 followers went to Unitarian, a kind of, to believe in something, But now, if you look at Medina, in Medina, so this is where Islam took a different form, because now they embrace Unitarian ideology and they put it into politics. So now you see that those conquests that was embraced by who? By a gangster, which Kutham, he made a deal with, Omar, Uthman, and Abu Bakr at the time. And you know what kind of tribe it is? Those people who spread the Quran by force, there was from the tribe called As-Sa'alik. As-Sa'alik, it was even outcasted tribe, because in Medina and Mecca, the tribes actually, they have rules, they have ethics. But the thing is, those people that they wrote the Quran or whatever, they made the Quran, to appear, they come from a tribe, outcasted tribe. They were thieves, they were unaliver, actually, and outcasted from their own tribe, if you look at it. So even Abu Bakr and Umar, and they couldn't fit any tribe. They used to live in a top hill on their own, and they made a deal, as a gangster, to embrace, the Quran in a way, to be a political, reason in order to conquer land. So I just want to bring this up to your audience. And
We're very
thank you
aware
for
of.
letting me in. I know you know it.
Yeah.
I know you know it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, listen, it's been like 2 months maybe. I'm on the panel and I'm learning a lot from everybody. I could say thank you to all of you. There's always something new, and it's amazing. I always say, without Islam, there's no fun. And so it's good, it's beautiful. This is a new topic that we could talk about to expose, the reality. The thing is,
No, I kind of
I- yeah.
everyone has a different ways of
yes,
approaching this
yes.
topic.
God
So
bless you guys.
if you like that approach, then do that approach. I like the approach of, and I think I heard it from CP, and I couldn't agree with him. Christian Prince, he said,
From who?
Christian Prince.
Christian Prince. I never heard of
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Okay, he's
Actually,
on,
I registered
YouTube.
ISBN. I'm in Canada, 7th century gospel. So I'm looking at everything, almost a copy from previous scripture in the Quran. Even the hell they have is a copy from Buddhist hell. I couldn't believe it. If you see the depiction of Buddhist hell, it's exactly copy paste in the Quran. Copy paste. You know, the big mace of iron, boiling water, and the people are dragged into it. They boil water over their head, and every time they want to run out of the mace of iron, the big, so they put them back. It's exactly the same depiction as in Buddhism, hell of Buddhism. I couldn't believe it. So, the Burak, a copy from, the Zoroastrian, 7 heaven, the 5 prayer, so whatever, you name it. So
Okay,
nothing
my man.
is from God.
Let's get back. Let's see if we
Okay,
can find
sorry,
some
guys,
Muslims to
sorry.
get back to the topic, my brother.
Okay, God bless you.
Very important that we, expose the nonsense in Islam. God bless you, my man. Thank you for coming.
God bless you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. So I wanted to say that I think the position of Christian Prince, where he said, I want Islam to be true. I want what they say, the Quran and everything else, to be true. I want the ahadith to be true. I want the more ahadith that they have, I want them to be true, because knowledge is the key. Once you actually study what they say is true and build your argument on what is true, like 434, 424, 65:4, then Islam collapses. You don't need to convince them of his name is not Muhammad, his name is Qatham. The Sa'aliq were just a bunch of criminals, which is all true, but that's a different approach. Some people would like your approach. Some people would like the approach of exposing the truth from within. Some people will just shut everything off and be like, no, I'm a Muslim and that's it.
That's it. There's a lot of this is the quantity and the quality, what I say. There's but the sad part, the majority of them, they just don't want to know. They cannot accept it. They don't want to know. I know stuff on them. I don't know. This is sad.
So I don't discourage you from your approach. I'm just saying each one of us have a different preference. I find your method, I agree with it 100%. So there's no wrong method. Let's just put it this way. Whatever method works to just get them out of this darkness, because if you can go into the historical facts of how the inception of Islam, etc. Good, do it. Get your sources lined up. Get the all the how do I say this? All the facts lined up. Build arguments. Try them, test them, and go on.
Yeah, definitely with a lot of historical proof. I need that. I'm gathering information here and there. It's been like almost 2 months now. It was kind of interest to me, and I'm finding it. It's working. Step by step. It's coming up. But definitely you need the proof to back it up. Are you from Lebanon?
I can't answer that.
Okay, it's okay. Yeah, I know. Understand.
Because
God bless you. God bless you guys.
I'm on panels full of jihadis.
No, because you spoke to me in Lebanese way.
I'm from the region.
You don't have to. Okay, I see.
Yeah,
it could be either Syria or in Lebanon. That's it. Because my brother-in-law is Syrian. I know. It doesn't matter. Listen, Lebanese, they're curious to keep trying. So I'm trying, okay, to know where is he from. But it's okay. God bless you guys. This is important. I love your message. It's amazing. A beautiful mission. Okay, guys. So I will go down. Okay, guys. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Talking about the Middle East, guys, let's keep in prayer all these people in Iran Right now, we can see how they're just burning up the mosques in Iran. The people in Iran are making it quite clear they were never an Islamic country, never an Islamic state, never Islamic or Muslim as the Muslims want us to believe they are. They have decided that they turn their backs on it. This is why you'll see so many people walking away from the religion. With that said, you'll notice that even the covering, like the poor woman up on the stage over here, they're ripping it off. They don't want it anymore. Because as I said, when you force people to remain in a religion, it can't be a true religion. And the more people that we are reaching with these verses where it's clearly telling us that you can strike your wife, how many women are okay with that? It's clearly telling us that in 2026, you can have right hand possess slaves. You can do adultery according to the verse, according to Islam. It wasn't just back then. This is now in 2026. That's allowed in Islam. People are going, what? No way, we can't be Muslim if this is true. And then you go to 65:4, that's telling you clearly, and we went through everything yesterday on one of the lives. If you don't have it now, you can go back to the YouTube, the Agents 007, and I presented everything on there. All of it is on there, presented to you from the Sahaba, from the time straight after Muhammad until I think 1,000 years later, 14 or 1,300 years later, where they still confirming the fact that yes, you can marry and penetrate prepubescent according to them, the scholars. So now we can see that in Islam, it's allowing this. So people now have heard this for the first time, are going, what? No way, man, no way. With that said as well, I am talking to a brother and sister, and the brother and sister, born Muslim, have now decided that I was just told last night, I forgot this, that they have now decided to become Christian. So they want me to come and have a conversation with the adopted parents, because they were adopted out of some place, and to this parents, well, fostered, not adopted, fostered. They are fostered to this group of people, and after the conversations with them, they now have decided, well, the sister has decided, she's the older one, and the brother is also there, but he's not really religious, he doesn't care, but she's asking for more information. Now notice, all we do is read what was given to us. Notice, Common came up and said, yes, you can strike them, but, don't leave a mark, yada, yada. All this is outside of Islam. All this outside of the Quran. You have to go to now remember, the Quran makes a claim and says it's perfectly detailed, fully explained, a detailed explanation of all things. How do you strike your wife? Go and check the book next door, because that book will help you. But anyway, when you show these people these verses, that's why I keep saying to you guys, when they read these verses, when they see that these verses are teaching something so evil, they will leave the religion. Now, we know that Common will go to the verses of chopping off the hands, but it's not talking about the husband chopping off the hands of the woman. This is in relation to her behavior and what she did. The Bible teaches that the best gift you can have from God is the gift of recreation. And you are reproduction. You're producing children. And this is the gift given to you. Now that, yes, we know there's certain people that don't have that gift there, but for them is a different gift, and only God knows. But the point is that she's taking away something that God has given. So her punishment is, and when he said that, for example, what else he said? Bashing and stuff. Again, this was a vision from the Jewish people, again, taken out of context. But the reason that we go to these verses to show Muslims that this has nothing to do with what the Quran teaches is because the verses he took us to is in Deuteronomy, which is actually from the Torah, where the Muslims are saying Allah gave us the Torah. So if Allah gave us the Torah, then he's in the Torah, he's complaining about his God in the Torah. Unless they can prove a Torah, that's not what we have today. Then we go to the verses and they get upset that we actually are able to read the verses, where the verse says that the woman doesn't have to actually do anything, but if a man fears rebellion, if he fears she may be doing something against that yes, you may strike her. This is Islam. This is what the whole verse is saying, that the men are preferred. The men are better than the women. Allah prefers that. So men, Allah prefers men. He prefers men over women because, again, remember that the woman is deficient in intelligence and, equal to a dog and a donkey and yada, 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 all according to the Quran, all according to Islam, not Quran, hadiths. We're just repeating what Allah says, which is much to their dislike. When it comes to 424, he's talking about the geocide. Look what 424 is teaching, because 424 is saying that you can unalive as to honor the God of Islam. So again, in 424 and throughout the Quran, it's telling you to unalive these people unless they accept Islam. And if they don't accept Islam, then they are, outside of Islam. And then it says that you can take these women in slavery. Now in 424, even the Sahaba say to Muhammad, listen, dude, what do you mean we can sleep with these women? These women have their husbands. The husbands are there. How can we sleep with these women if they have husbands? Now notice again, if you sleep with a married woman, that's adultery, but not according to Islam. According to Islam, it's the God of Islam that's allowing it, making it lawful for you to penetrate married women. In whose name? This is all done in the name of Allah. So Allah is the one that tells you that you can strike your wife, and you can also own slaves, and you can have dingy slaves. Now remember, Muhammad had dingy slaves as well as his 9 to 11 to 13 wives, whatever he had. So he used to go to all his wives and still make time for his slaves. Imagine that. Imagine the sickness that's in this man, where he's constantly thinking about satisfying himself. So again, when we go to the Quran, and we see from the Quran itself and from the hadiths that Muhammad is behaving like this because Allah makes it lawful for him. Allah is saying it's okay. Now the Sahaba are going, listen, we can't. These women are married. Their husbands are with us. And Allah's like, I got you. And then he sends down the verse 424 that forbidden to you are married women, except those whom your right hand possess. This is why I'm saying, guys, why in the world should we become Muslim knowing that this is what Allah is commanding? The Bible is saying that you shall not commit adultery. The Quran is saying, I'll fix that. I'll fix that. Who said I'll fix that? Of course you can. Of course you can. But that's Islam for you. This is what the God of Islam is wanting people to do. And then we got the last verse in 65:4, where I went through in detail yesterday from all the Sahaba, from all of the people that gave us Islam, confirming what we say, that you can marry and penetrate all these little children in the name of Allah because He made it lawful for you. He made it lawful for you. Guys, how and why should I become a Muslim? How and why should I become a Muslim knowing that the God of Islam is saying, that's fine. It's not a problem. Of course you can. And if you don't, you'll be upsetting Allah because He says that, He's making this lawful for you. He's making this lawful for you. In fact, the question would be, even if I looked at the verses that Common wants us to go to, and he's saying to us, go to these verses. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't make this up, guys. And again, as I said, I'm gonna read this another hadith for you guys, just to let me find it for you. 2 seconds, I just want to find it. This hadith is talking about there we go. Okay, so watch and listen to this. So this is Sunan Abi Dawud. Of course, this is Sahih. Hadith 2150. And watch what he says now, guys. Watch what the hadith says. It says, the apostle of Allah sent a military expedition to Autas on the occasion of the Battle of Hunain. They met their enemy and fought with them. They defeated them and took them captive. Some of the companions of the apostle of Allah were reluctant to have interdingy with the female captives in the presence of their husbands who were unbelievers, disbelievers. The Sahaba had better moral compasses than Allah and Muhammad, because they are saying, we don't want to have sex with the dingy with these women because their husbands are there. The husbands are literally there. So Allah the Exalted sent down the Quranic verse 424, and all married women are forbidden to you except those your right hand possesses. Notice the sickness, how sick this has to be, right? The hadith number, I just said it now. What did I say? Let me find it again. Is, where'd I go? Where'd you go? This is Sahih, Sunan Abi Dawood 2155. Sunan Abi Dawood 2155. Sunan Abi Dawood 2155. And it's clearly telling us that these men didn't want to commit adultery. But 424 allows adultery, unaliving people willy-nilly, dingy with your sex slaves, and slavery. So Sunan Abi Dawood is saying some of the companions of the apostle of Allah were reluctant to do the dingy with the female captives in the presence of their husbands. So these guys were alive. These guys were living. They was there. They were there. These guys were literally there, alive. And the Sahaba are going, I know you want me to, but man, this just doesn't feel right. So even the pagans had better moral compasses than the Muslims. And according to this verse, it's telling us clearly again that the Sahaba said, So while a Muslim is prohibited from engaging in dingy with married women, there's exceptions to the rule, all coming down from Allah. So he's like, listen, man, you good. You want to do this? You good, go do this. I'll make a verse just for you. Islam is a religion for man, by man, focusing on the dingy, the willy winky, and the of Muhammad and his Sahaba. So as usual, who comes to the rescue? Allah. He is a reactive, not a proactive God. He reacts to the Sahaba. The Sahaba say, we can't have these women. Allah reacts and then gives us a verse. So the reactive God of Islam always reacts to the will of man and his willy. That's it. He reacts to the needs of the flesh, because that is what Satan would do. Satan would say, this is what the flesh wants, this is what the flesh gets, because the flesh will take you away from spirit. The flesh will drag you away from God, and this is what Satan will do. So what does Satan do? He tempts you with the flesh. 424, strike the flesh. 424, use the flesh. 65:4, penetrate the prepubescent flesh. But don't eat the flesh of a pig. All of these three verses, A, B, and C, are evil and demonic and will take you away from God, which is the mission of Shaitan. Satan, that's his job. Satan will take you away. I have time for one more Muslim. If there's one Muslim that wants to come up, if there's one Muslim that wants to come up, I have time for one more, and then I've got to go, because it's Saturday, don't normally go live. One more Muslim. If there's any Muslim that wants to come up, you're more than welcome. Today is Take a Muslim to School Day. Take a Muslim to School Day. So what do? We hop on our horses and we take them to school. Take them to school day. Take a Muslim to school. Let's educate them about Islam. Because again, why in the world should I become a Muslim when everything about Islam is about the dingy, is about the flesh? And that's right. Marion said, no, wasn't Marion? Let me see. No, Lone Wolf said, the fleshly desires are not just on earth, but you also get it in paradise. The dingy is in paradise too. Don't you guys love the picture? Let me just do this, man. Let me do this. Hang on a second. I want you guys to enjoy this picture. One second. I'm just going to remove this comments for a minute, just so you guys can enjoy this amazing picture. Let me get rid of that. Look at that beautiful picture. Look at me taking these people to school. Giddy up and ride your pony. Let's go to school and learn it slowly. Oh my goodness, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Do you see that, guys? I am honest when I say I want to take people and educate them. This is not me just making, having a laugh. I'm honestly trying to say to Muslims, let's go and read your books. Let's read what the scholars have said, and let's find out if this is true, man. Let's take them to school, guys. Take them to school, and hopefully they will be able to have a conversation with you after learning how to speak. Let me find out. You do the comment settings again. Allow. There we go. Sorry about that. Just wanted you guys to enjoy that topic. Enjoy the picture. Just enjoy that picture, because I promise you, man, this is what we do. We walk them to school every single day. If it's not me, there's another Christian online. And if it's not him, there's another Christian online. And there's another Christian online. Every single day, we're walking these people back to the madrasa. Every day, we take them back to the madrasa to give them a new education on Islam. Every day. Why? Because they were lied to, they were deceived by their God, by the God of Islam is Allah, and the God of the Muslims is Muhammad. So what the gods of Islam, the gods of this religion, has led them astray, making them follow shaitan, and it's our job to educate them, to bring them back to truth. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Keep bringing them back to truth. Colors of the 4 horsemen match the flags of Afghanistan. I should have done that. I should have put the colors on the flag, on the horses, shouldn't I? I should have put the colors of each horse was one of the colors of the Arabic flags. Like what's the flag called? The Palestinian flag. Not the one that had the Star of David, but the Palestinian of the late. I hope you guys learned more today. I think I'm going to change the topic on Monday. But as usual, don't run just yet, guys. Don't run just yet, because Psalms, we have to go back to the Psalms, because again, as I say, we fill ourselves with all evil when we talk about Islam. Before we leave the live, we've got to go and remind ourselves about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and we have to go back to the Bible, because again, I keep saying, for those that don't know, Islam is like the Dementors from Harry Potter. If you don't know what it is, it's called the Dementors. And what the Dementor does is it lies above you, it covers you, and it sucks all the life, all the light, all the good out of you, and leaves you an empty shell. Now, the Dementors is just like Islam, because when you talk about the Quran and you talk about these verses about sleeping with prepubescence and striking the wives and having right hand possess, it drags the life out of you. It takes all the good in you and leaves you empty and leaves you drained. And because we empty and drained, the only thing that fills our cup will be going back to the Bible, because that cup of ours, we need to, beware that our cups don't run empty and dry. We got to fill it with the love of Christ. We're going to fill it with that love so that we can be able to share this love. So by doing that, we go back to the Psalms. I promise, for those that don't know, that I go live on the weekdays, Monday to Friday. The YouTube is called the Agents 007. The Agents 007, go and subscribe to it. And the reason for today is that I had a couple of hours free time, but I need to run. With that said, the Word and I did a debate yesterday with, what is his name again? Anyway, go and watch the debate with the Word and I, and on modern day debates, MDD, modern day debates. If you can do that, that would be brilliant. Please support the guy, the Word and I. Chris Claus is going to be doing another review on the failed rapper, Nadir, that's it, Nadir. The failed rapper, the guy that failed at being a rapper, failed at being a debater, failed at dawah, failed at Islam, failed at being a son, failed at being a child, failed at every relationship he's ever had. Maloink oink, this guy. Chris Claus is going to just expose him even more by showing you how weak and cowardice he truly is. So Chris Claus is called One-Way Apologetics. One-Way Apologetics. For those that don't know, there's this dude called God Logic. He's quite knowledgeable. I'll give him that. He knows his thing. He goes as God Logic, or for some of us that know him as Avery. You can go and follow him. And he went to go and find Zutman. He also goes as Uthman. He went to Zutman. He went to the mosque and he tried to have a conversation. But Zutman, he disappeared as fast as the Zut did on the night of the jinn when Muhammad was visited. So they run away from the debates that they call out. So he's been calling out people saying, I want to debate where the people at, why they're running away, yet you'll never find them there. So follow the guy called God Logic. He just proved to us that he's not afraid because he went to the lion's den and he was, met with adversity. But him being in Christ and with Christ was able to calm them down and show them the errors of their ways. So again, please follow. Support all these brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for listening to me. Psalm 58. Let me have some water, keep myself hydrated. Do you indeed decree what is right, you gods? Do you judge the children of man uprightly? No, in your hearts you devise wrongs. Your hands deal out violence on earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go straight from birth, speaking lies. They have venom like the venom of a serpent, like the deaf adder that stops its ear, so that it does not hear the voice of charmers, nor the cunning enchanter. O God, break the teeth in their mouths, tear out their fangs of the young lions. O Lord, let them vanish like water that runs away. When he aims his arrow, let them be blunted. Let them be like the snails that dissolve into slime, like a stillborn child who never sees the sun. Sooner than your pots can feel the heat of thorns. Whether green or ablaze, may he sweep them away. The righteous will rejoice when he sees the vengeance. He will bathe his feet in the blood of the wicked. Mankind will say, surely there's a reward for the righteous. Surely there's a God who judges on earth. Amen. Again, guys, this is my backup account. My main account is at the Kaaba. It's at the Blackstone right now, smooching it like a pagan would, kissing it, leaving sloppy seconds on there, or sloppy second millions. We will come back with that account hopefully tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow I've got that's tomorrow. It's Monday I have a meeting at normally when I should start. So I will go I'll go live a little later than normal, a little later than I usually go live. Tomorrow, definitely not going live tomorrow. I snuck in a couple of hours back and I won't have a chance to go live. Again, just please follow and support all these amazing brothers and sisters that are doing amazing hard work. Thank you guys for all your support. God bless you. Someone just requested, hang on a sec.
Hey James, I just want to let you know. I don't know if you know this. David Wood reacted to your clip where you came up on roasted Malik, saying if your eyes were any closer, you would look like the Dajjal. You got him all to laugh.
Yeah, I saw that. I
Okay.
saw that. That was brilliant. It was actually wicked that because it was Josh King Drake. He was on the panel, and yeah.
Anyway, love you,
Nice
bro.
one.
Have a good one. I gotta go to bed
Okay.
myself. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and I still haven't went to bed. I gotta get up at like at 9.
That's crazy.
So
You guys are crazy. Okay, guys, let me love and leave you. Just remember, please, as always, humble yourselves, remove the hate, the pride, the ego, put Christ first. Please, please, please put Christ first. Today we learn every day about some new disaster somewhere in the world, something, someone, some people, something. They need our prayers. They need Christ. This is why the world is such a mess, because people have turned their backs on Christ because they're putting themselves first, or they're putting other people first, but they're not putting Christ first. I keep saying, if you got someone else, if you got Christ behind you because you put yourself first, you're walking away from him. Put him in front of you and lead by his example. Always use him as his example, because he is the best example to mankind, not a PDF that penetrated a child, that allows you to commit adultery, that says to strike your wife. We don't play those games. We are Christians first. So every time we are faced with a choice or a decision, ask yourselves, which one will bring me closer to Christ and which one will take me away from him? And take your time, because as with the younger we are, the faster we run in without thinking. The older you get, the more you think. So, but anyway,